This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one. So today I'm going to show you this clip of Rob Parker reacting to people saying Chauncey Billups should not be a Hall of Famer anymore.
Rob G, we got the players involved in this, right?
Yeah.
Rozier and Jones, right? Okay, so we got those. But I think the bigger one was Chauncey Billups today, right? I mean, that was the a current NBA coach who coached the night before is in handcuffs the next morning, and the allegations are really bad about him, Rob G.
Yeah, not just the current NBA coach, because some people might even know he coached the Trailblazers. They know him as Mr. Big Shot, NBA champion
In Detroit, man.
Hall
that
of
2004 team.
Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups, easily the biggest name associated with all of this stuff. And let's just quick refresher course on what's being alleged here involving Chauncey Billups. Number one, the one that he is listed in by name, involves an alleged poker scheme where they were rigging games with shuffle machines, x-ray glasses with marked cards as a way to get millions of dollars from what people they termed as
We're
fish.
both shaking our heads.
Right.
I mean,
Sounds like some Ocean 13 stuff,
this
don't
is
it?
like
Just
a
some-
movie script.
And if you were
Yeah.
on Twitter and you saw what these x-ray marked cards things, you're like, it can't be that easy. Apparently it was. So that's number one. Number two, and this is one that people have inferred and figured out on their own, in the Terry Rozier indictment, Billups is not listed by name, but there is a person described in the indictment that is a former professional player who played from 97 to 2014.
Who would
whatever,
that be?
Right? And that he is a current NBA coach, that he is currently residing in Oregon. And, we'll see who that is at a later point.
And his nickname is Mr. Blank Shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What is this? Jeopardy? Am I supposed to say, who is Chauncey Billups?
Exactly.
Y'all,
And
y'all
so-
giving me all the clues?
In that portion of the Terry Rozier allegations, it mentions a person in Oregon who was relaying information to bettors that his team was tanking, that X, Y, and Z players would not be playing later this week. So if you wanted to bet against us, now would be the time to do it. This was all, of course, before the injury reports were made public, so this was insider information.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
That's
I got to
the
say
damning
this. Yeah, that is just damaging. All of it. And even the bilking the people with the phony poker games and rigged and all that. If all of this is true, I don't know how you come back from this from the standpoint of being involved in basketball, the way people feel about you, despite what you did on the field, you know what I mean? And he earned all of that. He was a hell of a player. I covered all that with the Pistons.
Yeah.
He was tremendous. I mean, he's the MVP of the finals. They beat Shaq and Kobe and 4 future Hall of Famers, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. I mean, all of that. And in 2024, this past year, right?
Yeah.
He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. Kelvin, I don't know how you could do anything, and obviously we say if convicted, so let's leave that there.
Correct.
These are all allegations. No one's saying he's guilty and should be thrown under the jail, any of that. But he would have to come out of the Hall of Fame if these allegations are proved or he's convicted of these allegations. I don't know of any other way how he could be involved or how you could honor him in this situation.
It pains me to say, you mentioned that 2003 when he got there, was it that 10-year runner, give or take, he had. I was there, like you said. I used to work at WDFN, the sports station there. I was just getting into my career, and
I was there
going
every
to the
night.
games.
Let me just jump in real quick, because this whole situation is crazy. Fans are already arguing about whether Chauncey should lose his Hall of Fame spot, but the focus really needs to be on what's actually being reported. According to multiple sources, the FBI is looking into an alleged gambling ring that's supposedly tied to members of the Italian mob. That's not a small accusation, that's major.
Yeah, I'm going to the game, setting up the booth for our radio guy, the Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. And in the future, I can just sit there and learn and watch. And I got to be around the game and the team. And dude, that run meant so much to me. He became one of my all-time favorite players, as you mentioned, because he was great. He made all the big shots. That team was so fun.
That nickname was real because he was Mr. Big Shot.
Without a doubt. And he meant so much to the city and that team. You were there. So it pained me when I saw that this morning. Anchor in the news, my phone, and it sees his face. Of all the faces, just didn't feel like that would be the face you would see.
You couldn't believe it, could you?
No, I'll be honest. You were there. There's nothing. You didn't hear anything about Chauncey except good dude, this, that. And again, this is all alleged. We don't know. We hope not, but
I don't know how I feel good about Chauncey Billups at all if I know that he was a part of the mob and the mafia and they had rigged games to bilk people out of money. I'm just being honest.
I'm not questioning. No, I get your morale. I'm with you. What I'm saying is the NBA, I have to go, like, where do I draw the line? That's nothing to do with me, meaning the entity of the NBA.
But according to that, all right, so, I don't want to get into hypotheticals, but somebody could do something heinous. And because it wasn't done because of basketball, you still would be okay with it. He should stay.
What I'm saying is because if he presents a challenge to where I draw the line.
But there's also, but also in contracts as a professional athlete, there are moral clauses in there that have nothing to do with basketball. Moral clauses on how.
That's why I will fire you
on how you represent
yourself. Yes,
and
I will fire you for that, Rob. I'm with you. I will say, in your contract states this, you did X, you're fired. Again, pulling you out of the Hall of Fame becomes a very slippery slope if it becomes things that are personalized.
It's not slippery slope if you're convicted of this and you look at because it's a big scope, and I get it. There's two different charges here.
Right.
So you're saying that you would be cool with Chauncey if he just bilked people out of millions of dollars with the mafia. You're saying you're cool with that. He should stay.
Not me. I'm saying
you. I'm asking you.
No, absolutely not cool. But I think that's horrible. I think he should.
But you're saying you wouldn't take him out of the Hall of Fame if it was just that charge. Is what I'm
correct,
asking.
Kelvin. If I'm Commissioner Washington,
I disagree.
Because what I'm saying, I would be disappointed. I wouldn't book him for events. Blah 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 blah. But it becomes a slippery slope, Rob.
What's up? So what are my thoughts about this? Here's the thing. Anytime the words gambling ring and NBA are mentioned in the same sentence, it sends shockwaves through the sports world. Right now, Chauncey Billups' name is being connected to an alleged operation that the FBI says was linked to members of the Italian mob. Reports suggest that this group was running illegal betting operations tied to sports outcomes, and that's a serious accusation not just for the people involved, but for how it affects the league's image overall. The NBA has worked for decades to distance itself from any connection to gambling scandals, especially after past controversies involving referees and outside betting influences. Even if Chauncey ends up being cleared, just being mentioned in something like this isn't a good look. It puts pressure on the NBA to make sure their reputation stays clean and that no players, coaches, or executives are anywhere near that kind of activity. Still, it's too early to call anyone guilty. Investigations take time, and people deserve fairness before judgment. But from the outside looking in, fans and analysts are understandably concerned because perception can sometimes do as much damage as proof. Okay, so drop a comment, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.